Do you guys remember the video I did where I compared a CNC versus a laser engraver? What if I told you that there is a machine that does both?
Overall, CNC milling combines computer control, precise movements, and specialized tools to create complex and accurate parts from raw materials. Getting into CNC milling can be intimidating, and the price point for good quality CNC machines can often be out of reach for most hobbyists or people looking to get started. There are a lot of layers to unpack when it comes to learning CNC milling, such as the tooling, the settings for the feeds and speeds, the software to run the machine, and all of that can be really complicated for a beginner. Today, we are going to be using the Carvera Air, a smart, precise, affordable, and versatile desktop CNC machine, perfect for small businesses or creative enthusiasts. This CNC machine has some incredible features like auto leveling, quick tool changer, external dust collection, and it has some amazing accessories including a 4th axis rotary attachment, a PCB fabrication kit, and a laser engraver attachment. This CNC machine comes with a basic tooling kit with quite a range of drill bits and several materials to get started. Makera has tons of video tutorials and information online for beginners like me to learn how to get started without being completely overwhelmed with frustration. So let's see if we can go from complete beginner to master of CNC milling. Okay, maybe not master, but at least past being a beginner.
Oh. Wait, what are we doing first? Okay, today we are going to be experimenting with the MAKERA CARVERA Air. This machine right here is a beginner-friendly CNC machine, and today we are going to be refining our CNC skills because I'm still a beginner, and doing some cool projects for some things on the ranch. So yesterday, we took some time to unbox this incredible machine and figure out how to use it for the first time, which always takes a minute when you're learning something new. But Makera made it pretty easy because they have quite a few tutorials online that you can follow along on. And for anyone who is a beginner like me, that makes it easy and convenient to follow along. Now that we did our first test on this lovely piece of wood, scrap wood.
Okay, let's talk about the setup and our first test project. The Makera tutorials made it possible to start from zero experience, and they were really easy and straightforward to follow. In a really short amount of time, we were able to learn how to install the bits into the machine by using the quick tool change, how to use the probe and auto leveling function, and how to create a simple design using MakeraCAM. MakeraCAM is a CAM software designed for the Makera Carvera and Carvera Air CNC machines. It simplifies the process of creating tool paths for CNC machining, allowing users to prepare designs for both 2D and 3D parts, including 4th axis rotary machining. It's designed to be user-friendly and accessible, offering a range of features for various machining operations like drilling, pocketing, contouring, and chamfering, with a focus on ease of use for both beginners and experienced users. By using the MakeraCAM software and following along on one of the Makera tutorials, I was able to create my own design and learn how to operate the Carvera Air. So far, this machine is proving to be high quality and beginner friendly, but let's see if that's true as we get into working with other materials and more advanced projects.
We are going to roll along into our first project. Let's begin. Okay, guys, come here. I have to show you something. Subscribe.
The first project we are going to design is an adapter for this little shop vac. The Carvera Air has a built-in dust collection system inside the work area, so we want to be able to hook up the shop vac while the machine is running. Time to test our newly learned skills and see what we come up with. We're using one of the materials that comes with the material package to make the adapter. I entered the dimensions into MakeraCAM and started the design process. What's cool about this machine and this software is the tooling that comes with it is already preloaded into the software, and the speeds and feeds have preset parameters based off of what drill bit and what material you select. It makes it easy for beginners like me to get an idea of what settings to choose.
So we just made our first custom file using the MakeraCAM software, and now we just uploaded it into the controller for the Carvera Air, and we're gonna get started on this custom design and hope that it comes out good. So the next step, everything is ready to go. We are going to use the program to communicate with the CNC machine. We have the probe right here that is going to auto level this piece right here and configure everything. So let's go ahead and run it.
We're going to be using this drill bit that comes with the Carvera Air. But first, we're going to install the little collar onto the drill bit. This makes it easy to handle and also easy to install.
Yeah, look at the tab. They are here, I think. So that. Oh yeah, perfect. So we did the tab a little bit too small, but we have our first part then.
So here is our little adapter for the vacuum hole over there. Came out pretty well for our first time ever designing our own piece. So as you can see, this one is a tiny bit too big. So what we're gonna do is head over here, back in the MakeraCAM program, and redesign this with a few adjustments on the measurements, and then come in here and print a second one and see if that turns out better. We have the second attempt at this little vacuum adapter running in the Carvera Air right now. So hopefully this one will come out well and work better than the first one.
So here is our second attempt right here. This time our tabs worked, so I think we're gonna have to take this out and use this tiny hand saw that comes with the machine to get this piece out of this plastic block.
Did we make it work? Let's find out.
Look at this fit. Boom! Look like factory. Up.
Nice.
And we did a very, very tight fit for the vacuum so it don't get sucked in. Up, and just like that. Mission accomplished.
So we were able to figure out the vacuum adapter. Gen 1 didn't work, but Gen 2 did. Now we're gonna move on to a fun little project for our little garden out in our yard. So I'm gonna jump on the computer and design the next project, pop it in the Carvera Air, and continue on with this CNC journey.
Time to channel my inner Trinity and design our next project. I'm hopping over to Canva to create the next design, which is going to be garden identification stakes. I love using Canva to create designs. There are so many options on what you can create, and the website and app are extremely easy to use. Once I finished the design, I exported it as an SVG file and then opened it in MakeraCAM. I'm going to start with one garden stake and see how it turns out before I try to do multiple at the same time. Before every project, we run the probe and scan margin function to make sure everything is placed well on the workpiece. After that step is complete, I changed the tool head to the drill bit we'll be using for this project and reattached the vacuum shroud. Our first test was going well, but here's where we made a mistake. The tabs we created for this design were not big enough, and the piece broke free and was flung out by the drill bit. This can be really dangerous, so we are not going to make that mistake again. Lesson learned. We did not make the tabs big enough and it kind of broke off as it was cutting. So definitely have to make sure the tabs are bigger next time to hold the material in place better. But this did come out pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with the results, other than the fact that it broke right there a little bit. So we're gonna continue and make the rest of the garden stakes. We got the second round of garden stakes loaded into the program. We just finished doing the auto leveling and running the probe on here. So now we are going to cut them out, and hopefully this time the tabs we did are large enough that the piece doesn't break while it's cutting. We will see. So let's go. Okay, they just finished. Let's check it out. Clearly, I did the tabs good this time. Maybe too good. We'll see if we can remove it. And also, I completely forgot that I need to use a stencil font if I want to maintain the things like the middle of the R and the O and things like that. So on the next one where I have any kind of letter like that, I will just change the font and try to use a stencil font. So let's pull it out and saw our little garden stakes out with this little saw. These definitely came out a little bit better. The tabs were a little bit too big this time, but now we know. Living and learning as we do out here on the ranch. We are going to continue because I have quite a few of these to cut out. So yeah, let's keep rolling.
Instead of using a stencil font to retain the center of the letters like B and R, I decided to engrave the letters instead of cutting them out. That way I could keep the same font. As you can see, they turned out great and the lettering is clean and easy to read, so I'm happy with the results. Comment below and let me know which one you guys prefer, the cutout letters or the engraved letters. I have one more round of garden stakes to cut out, so let's get rolling.
So the Carvera Air just finished auto leveling and running the probe function. So I am going to change the probe to the drill bit that we're going to be using, which is right here, and start on our last garden stakes.
Like crazy.
So we finished making all of our little garden stakes. They turned out amazing, super happy with that. Earlier in the video, I talked about comparing a CNC with a laser engraver. I did a previous video about that, but what's amazing about the MAKERA CARVERA Air is it combines a CNC and a laser in one unit. So next up, we are going to be working on a project that combines both CNC and laser engraver. So let's get started.
I went on Etsy to see if I could find any cool files to use, and I found this cool little round box with a rotating lid. Now, let me just remind all of you, I am a beginner and still trying to learn, so I'm sure there are plenty of things I can improve on. With that being said, if you have any advice or tips, please drop them in the comments. The auto leveling and the scan margin tool really come in handy for projects like this. Auto probing and leveling automatically calibrates tools precisely, detecting surface irregularities and reducing manual setup time for CNC milling operations. This ensures precise cuts on uneven materials, like wood, enhancing CNC machining accuracy. It significantly improves consistency, minimizes material waste, and results in higher quality CNC milling.
So that took about an hour and a half for the machine to cut out this little bowl. Everything turned out great, and now we are going to check it out. So as you can see, that turned out amazing. I'm gonna clean it up and sand it just a little bit to even out these edges, but overall, I'm really happy with how it turned out. So the bottom part of the bowl is all cut, but now we need to cut out the lid. So let's load it into the program and set the tool path and get rolling. Activate G-code. If I did everything correct, now we will see if I am the chosen one. Just finished the lid. Let's check it out.
Oh wow, the wood, the side is cool, the wood is kind of denser than the other one.
Oh yeah. So that turned out really well, happy with it. We are going to sand all the pieces down a little bit and make sure they are fitting well, and then come back up here and work on the laser engraver portion of this little box. So I got my little station set up right here. I'm gonna use the tiny Dremel to sand the edges of the bowls. Hopefully that will smooth everything out. I'll check back in with you guys when I'm done. Our little boxes are complete. Pretty cool. These turned out great, actually, especially since they're made out of scrap wood. Now what we're gonna do is come over here to the Carvera Air, change this to the laser head, and get everything set up to engrave the top of the boxes.
I made 2 boxes and I designated them for 2 separate purposes. Each box has its own custom design I made using Canva. I followed along on another amazing tutorial on the MAKERA YouTube channel, and I referenced the feeds and speeds on the MAKERA wiki page to check the recommended settings for the laser engraver. The laser works the same way with the probe, so right now it's going to show us where the design is on our workpiece, and I hope... Ah, dang. So we're way off. Okay, so that's not good. We need to move it over and up, so we're going to do that. But it's cool that it shows you, so that way you avoid making mistakes. The laser engraver can be installed in literally like 2 seconds by using the quick tool change lever and plugging in the laser head into the port on top. So it just finished. Let's check it out. Look at that. Turned out pretty well, actually. I could have done a little bit less on the engraving, but it's pretty close for the most part. I think that turned out pretty well, so we're gonna move on and do the second lid. Now I know for the engraving, perhaps I should either speed it up or turn the power down a little bit. Now we are going to take the second lid and pretty much do the same thing but for a different design because this box will be for a different purpose. So let's get back on the computer, get everything set up, and get rolling with the second one. So I finished loading the file into the controller program, and now we're gonna see if the design is in the good spot. Just finished engraving the second lid, so let's pop the hood and check it out. I love how these turned out. They are so simple but functional and useful, which is great. They have a dowel in between the lid and the base, and the lids rotate to access the interior of the box. From a random piece of scrap wood to a cute little box. That's the magic of using the Carvera Air. So we finished all of the projects that we wanted to complete with the Carvera Air. So let's go set them up and use them what they're intended for.
So this is what we had before, these terrible plastic signs that were just disintegrating with the weather. So these are going to be such an upgrade. So let's talk about my experience using the MAKERA CARVERA Air. This machine is super easy to set up. The installation was really simple and straightforward, and the machine is also packaged really well. I love all of the tools that come with the machine and the available accessories like the laser engraver, the PCB fabrication pack, and the 4th axis rotary. This makes it super capable and versatile with all of those accessories. The tutorials online make it really easy for beginners like me to learn how to get started and to use the Carvera Air. This machine is also pretty compact for what it does, which is great because it doesn't take up too much space.
I could go on and on about all the amazing features of this machine. Overall, we had a really great experience using it, and I'm really impressed by the quality of the machine and also by the resources MAKERA provides to learn how to use the machine and their programs. I know many of you are builders, crafters, and creators, and I think the Carvera Air could benefit many of you and be a great addition to your tools. I hope this video encourages many of you who are apprehensive about getting into CNC milling, and above all, I hope this video inspires you guys to get out there and build or create cool shit. Okay, now that I have upgraded my knowledge of CNC and made it one step further in my journey, I can confidently say, bring it on.
All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining us for another video on the ranch. We really appreciate all of the likes, shares, and comments. It really helps the channel grow and supports us in what we're doing here on the ranch. Be sure to click the exclusive link in the description if you guys are interested in picking up the MAKERA CARVERA Air. This machine is really incredible, and we're really looking forward to growing our knowledge, learning more, and doing more with this guy. So check out the link in the description if you're interested in diving into CNC with the Carvera Air. I can only show you the door. You have to walk through it. That was a really fun video to film, and we actually learned a lot. We're still definitely beginners, okay? But little by little, we are stepping into another skill set and growing our knowledge. So, see you guys in the next video.
Help support our channel by leaving a comment, liking, and sharing this video. As always, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up with our projects and adventures on Pacific Pines Ranch. We put out new videos every Saturday and sometimes even during the week, so be sure to subscribe and hit the notification button so you don't miss any. Okay, bye.